Let's talk about upgrades. Tire upgrades, more specifically, the width of tires you select when upgrading a mountain bike, or really any bike, though I think this applies mostly to mountain bikers. So the width of tires and what I call the tire frame dynamic. Mountain bikes often arrive with tires that are sometimes far more narrow than the frame is capable of accommodating, especially with big box mountain bikes where they tend to throw in whatever tire they can get for the cheapest dollar and still get the job done or at least get it sold. Sorry, big box bike manufacturers, I'm just preaching the truth here. And that's important to know because a tire upgrade can completely enhance a bike's performance and traction, especially on the trail. And recently, I've been seeing a lot of comments and discussions going on about tire width and what'll fit in what bike. That's a good sign. A lot of winter projects underway, which is amazing. Until it's not. Like when I see people commenting about using tires that I know are too wide for a specific setup. And not just discussions, I had someone recently show me their new winter build, and I looked at them wide-eyed when I saw less than 2 millimeters of space at their fork and about 3 millimeters of space at the rear triangle. So I decided to make a video. I'm not talking about just at the back, I'm talking about up at the fork too. When you're buying tires, there are two tires, there are two places they go on. You have to factor everything in. Example, this is the Ozark Trail Ridge 29 mountain bike, a bike perfect for being modified. A bike that comes out of the box with enough room to squeeze in a slightly wider tire. Now note that not pictured is the chainstay gap, which also factors in, but I can only get a clean shot up top. So this is where I'm going to focus for the purposes of this video. So looking at this bike, pay no attention to those upgraded pedals. This is the factory tire, and you can see plenty of gap on both sides. Plenty of room for a significantly wider tire, until you start riding and the frame flexes. During riding, a frame is going to flex a bit. It happens, and that's going to take away some of that gap. Now, frame flex on its own is normal and not a problem. Until it is a problem, I'll link in the description this bike I reviewed. It flexed so bad out of the box that you could hear the tire rubbing in the video. Now that's abnormal. Normal flex happens, and you just have to factor it in, especially when you're squeezing wider tires into a frame. And for us mountain bikers, there's something else that comes into play. It's not just the tire frame gap. There are other things, especially on a trail, like sticks. They are on every trail, and they have a way of inserting themselves in between tires and frames. It happens to me on a regular basis. I'll go as far as to say it's more common that it happens than it not happen if I'm riding on trails in a wooded area. And by the way, this is not me. This is stock footage. Just pretend I'm making a point here. And the point is, a lot of times when I ride, I end up with a stick shoved in between the tire and the frame, and it's not just me. Every group ride that I've been on, the last group ride, I did that night video of a night ride. I'll link that down in the description. Guy in front of me, he had to pull over at one point. He had a stick shoved between the frame and the rear tire. A good setup, it's just an annoying rubbing sound. You pull over and you remove the stick. Tight spacing, and yes, more stock footage. I'm making a point, stick with me. Tight spacing, minimal gap, running a rear tire that's too large. That stick is not just an annoying rubbing sound, it becomes something more serious, a recipe for a rear tire lockup, an unplanned one. And that's just at the back. Heaven forbid the mistake is shoving a tire too wide for a fork's available spacing. Forks flex too, so do front wheels, and sticks also aim for front wheels. Look, an unplanned rear wheel lockup, that can be scary, but usually something someone can overcome. An unexpected front wheel lockup, that's how rapid bicycle decoupling events happen. Trust me, even at slow speeds, the front end stopping unexpectedly, not good. I don't want to get preachy here, I just want you to know the important thing is to have fun, especially with your upgrades, but be safe while doing so. Making your bike better, even upgrading a new bike that you just bought before you even ride it. A lot of people do that now. And that's awesome, as long as you stay within safety margins. If you're new to this or you're running into something that you're unsure about when upgrading, you can always ask me. You can hit me up in comments on this video or any video, or via my website, or if you want a guaranteed contact with me, you can join my Patreon. Responses are fast and you get a free sticker. That's my 2 cents and my concern with what I'm seeing from viewers, or some viewers, and some comments, and what I experienced in person recently. Upgrading your bike, making it more your own is fun as it should be, but sometimes you just don't know things until you know. And I can promise you, I have sandwiched tires in that were too big before. This is my minimal gap that I'll run on a fork now, and even this one causes me to cringe a little bit and ride more slowly. That's what I have to say. Comment below and let me hear what you have to say. Share your experiences. If you've upgraded tires, share what's working with you. Let me hear about your setup. Let others hear. Maybe you can help someone stay safe, stay out of trouble, and at the very least, maybe they order the right part, something different than they might have otherwise been considering. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up this video to help it in the YouTube algorithm. If you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing. Also hope you have a great day. And another also, note that the links in the description, some of those are affiliate links. Using the links on this channel is a great way to support the channel without costing you anything extra. This channel may earn a small commission from affiliate links. Good luck with your upgrades and ride safe.